Hello, welcome to Creative Tech. Today I'm going to show you how to restore a website or migrate a website within 10 minutes. I will try my best to see that we complete this task in 10 minutes. So with no further ado, let's dive into it. So as you can see on my screen, what we're going to do is take a few steps to restore a site from a working site to another working site. There are a few requirements. Number one requirement is a host. I'm using my POC environment, and you also would be requiring an external domain provider who would be pointing your DNS. You also need the main tool. Here is the Duplicator Pro. Very cheap. Get one. It can get you out of a lot of trouble. I did another video how to back up and how to schedule backup. I'll be uploading that as well. Then the next tool is the file transfer tools. You can either use SSH or FTP. And then the webmin is what I'm using for my hosting platform. This is self-hosted. The method that we're going to use is we're going to log into the webmin panel, and then we're going to follow the steps, and then we are going to create select these features, which include creating a database, and then we're going to log into the SSH side of the webmin, and then we're going to create these parameters. Just copy and paste that. It's already working. It took a while to develop that. And then we're going to enable sites as option 2. Option 1 is directly creating the site. And then we are going to import we're going to restart the services, and then create a certificate, and then import the files, and then test the sites. And then these are the other options in case if you're doing a restore and not a migration. Now that's the webmin panel. That's the site that we are going to be migrating. Sorry. That's currently the state of the site. This is where the site is going to be. This is the records, and the A record and the C name record. I've already created, and that's it. So let's begin. So the backup files are going to be going into this directory. There will be a directory created here called OTAS. It's not yet created because we have not done the webmin side of the creation. So what we want to do now is start with the webmin portal. So I'll log into the webmin, and then we'll do create server, create virtual server, and then we just give this let's say otas.ca.com. That's the slogan of the site is let's see, I've forgotten now. It's there. OTAS supported living. So we put that there. OTAS. And then the space there. The space bar is not playing up. Then I enter my password, and I'm going to be using, you see the plan that I'm using. I'm not using that plan. using the user plan. So we hit create, and it starts to create. Just gonna take a few seconds, and once that's created, you should have a folder here. So it's done. Let's just refresh that. Should have a folder called OTAS. There you go. So we're going to want to move this these two backup files. So I've renamed that to something unique. Always try and rename it. It's very important. Rename it to whatever. And then we're going to upload those files. So I'm going to take a few seconds. I'll pause the video. Once it's done, be back. While that's loading, I've decided why not just do the certificate side of things right now. So we'll just do set boats. Yeah. Okay, and next. So we're going to issue a certificate, a secure certificate, so that the web doesn't nag us, the website doesn't nag us of a certificate. So here we should have the DNS that I showed you on my DNS hosting service, OTAS, lossitechn.com. Okay, I've missed a step. I need to create the site for the NGNX proxy site before we can have the list showing up here. So that's why it's not showing up here. So let me create that very quickly. So I hit cancel on that, and we're going to look for OTAS. Actually, we're going to create it. Doesn't exist yet, so let's use the direct method because it's quicker. I just copy that, and then I want to copy this. Just check that everything is correct. We got OTAS there. We're going to be using 7.3 HP. Save that. Quickly do nginx test to make sure that there's no syntax error. Okay, that's fine. So now we can run the certificate. Right, so you can see we have those two values there. I'll tend to do this first. 29. There's a particular reason why that is. It should hopefully issue us certificates for OTAS. Let's see what time is going. Redirect. So we take option 2. Yeah, so that's done. Then we run it again for the other one that's not www. So what's that? That's 28. Yeah, I know it's 10. It's and let's see, we do 28. That's option 2 again, and now we should have a certificate. So where that was saying no, not secured, if I refresh that now, I should have an icon there. That's it. Yeah, so we have a certificate. It's saying forbidden because we have not restored the site yet. So once the upload is finished, that's what we're going to do next. And it says certificate is valid. You can see, don't pay attention to that bully. Right, so we're just going to pause the video while it is still running, so we don't waste our time, because we said we're doing this under 10 minutes, and well, it's done anyway. So right, so now that it's done, what did we call the file? We call the file, that's what we call the file. So it should run. Okay, input file not specified. Right, I've seen this before. Right, so it's saying input file not specified. Let's quickly do a test to make sure that our site is running. So I just create this little file here, and if we navigate to that index.html, we should get a success message. So let's see. That's obviously, this should be OTAS. I did say I would try. Not done it on a time base before, so you have to bear with me. I think what we've seen is that we did not restart the nginx proxy services. You can do reload, by the way. In production environment, you do reload rather than restart. And then if we go to, if we navigate there, we should have a success. Yep, well, site is working. So if site is working, that means this has no reason why it shouldn't work. Let's see, not again. Right, still saying. Right, so the non-specified error seems it wasn't an error. It seems like it's a glitch. So what I had to do was delete the certificate. So deleted the certificate and make it non-secure. So what that means is that we would have to run the backup before we do the certificate step. I think it's a glitch, but there's so many ways to skin a cow. So it might work for you, it might not work for you, but if it doesn't work for you, that's what you have to do. You just delete the certificate. There's a command for deleting the certificate. That's the command. Delete certificate, and then run the site non-secured. And then once you run that, it says initializing, and then you can see it's done the verification, validation, pass. The PHP version that we're using picked it up, 7.3, package age and all that. There's so many details you can get from this page. You can know, a lot, your site's parameters and everything that's set up. It's very good tool, Duplicator Pro. Make sure you get yours. Get your copy. Is very cheap for what it does, what it can do. Very cheap. And just accept license and click next. It starts to extract the site. That will take a few seconds and we'll be back. Right, it only took couple of seconds and then it's done. And now we're on the database restore bit. what you do is in your database says connect and remove all data. So basically, if there's an existing database, it would delete all the data and replace it with a new one. I think that's what we want to do in this case, because there's nothing in there. Even if there was something, what we're doing is restoring, so we don't really need any of those old data. Then the database name, if I could remember, I think we called it photos, and then the user is my PHP sorry, PHP my admin. I struggle with this username sometimes. And then enter the password, and then you just click on the test to see if, yeah, you can see passed the requirement, or passes, no notices, everything is cool, and you just hit next. It says run installer setting blah 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 blah. Be sure that the database parameters are correct. This is correct, it's already seen it and it's passed. Yeah, so what it's going to do now is just initialize and install the database. Once the database is installed, you should get your URL, and this is the URL that you're going to be using to access your front end. And this is the this is an extra bit for extra bit of tool that has been integrated into this tool. It's a very good tool. You can do search and replace for maybe URLs that you didn't really want in the old site. Set and replace them, or words, or any kind of word, any kind of characters, or wherever you need to replace that you didn't want from the old site. You can do it here, but be very careful. You can see the warning is there. Be very careful, because this can render your site useless. I don't need to use it. I don't tend to use it. I'm just restoring, migrating my site. So I just click next, and I'm doing a lot of talking here, so it's gone way over 10 minutes, but hey, the real action actually took 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so now when you click that, it's going to delete the installation files, which is recommended, because you don't want to leave installation files in the root of your website. These installation files are going to be deleted, because it's a security risk. If you leave it there, somebody can just hack into your root and get that package and use it to duplicate your site, and what from there. So just click on that, and you should have a running site. Once you get the admin panel, you get to the admin side of your website. Yeah, see, there you go. Yes, and yes, I just remembered something. So now when you go to the site, you should get 504 error. Yeah, bad gateway. This is because we have not you can see it's got a padlock and it's using the certificate. We have not done the certificate. We deleted the certificate, so we're going to reinstall the certificate now. Just quickly go in there and set code KINX, and we can see what that's there. That's like I said, we'll do 29 first, do the www first, because it redirect. It's a long story. I'll tell you the story in another video that I done. I'm not pressed for time. Okay, choose option 2, redirect, and then we'll do the same again. This time I think it's 28. What is it? 28. Yes, 28. and then we're going to be choosing redirect option as well, and now we need to refresh. There you go, you have your restore site. So the site has been restored. As you can see, identical, everything is there. Don't worry too much about this. This is not cached. It's because we deleted and recreated, and the passkey is also getting involved in this, but it's a secure site. Once I clear the cache, that should disappear. Well, yeah, there you have it. Restoring your site, apart from the little hiccups and all that, it should have been within 10 minutes. But well, yeah, site is restored. Thank you. See you at